Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
DeMarcus Bowman.
Thank you. I have you here on a bench warrant at a Superior Court for failing to appear at your court date. You're going to have court on September 6th and September 10th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Excuse me. I can see that you were previously released on your own recognizance and failed to appear. I'm going to give you another opportunity to show the court you can appear without being held on a bond. I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you'll be released and you'll receive an envelope. That envelope will have instructions on where you need to go and who you need to contact in order to comply with pretrial services. It'll also have things like a bus pass in it that are designed to help make sure that you get to court. If you fail to comply or you fail to appear at court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to go to your court date?
Yes, I will.
Do you understand everything we've talked about?
How long is that bus pass? That bus pass like just for that one day, or is it like a...
That's a great question, and unfortunately, I don't really know the answer. Your pretrial services officer would know the answer to that.
Okay.
So, and it might explain it in the envelope. I don't know. So you'll have to look and see what they give you.
All right. Okay.
Any other questions?
No, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead and step to your left. Make sure you get your paperwork. Elizabeta Cazor, and then Celestino Ramirez to the chair, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Elżbieta Valdez-Cazor.
And I apologize for mispronouncing your name.
Liz. Everybody calls me Liz, and people ask me if it's misspelled. And no, it's my grandmother's name.
I have you here on a new case. You were arrested on one allegation of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I'm appointing an attorney to assist you. You'll have court on September 11th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the the town of Fountain Hills Municipal Court. I'm planning to release you on your own recognizance, which means I'll release you as long as you promise to go to court and comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. Those instructions will include that you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with any alleged victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, and you must obey any terms of any orders of protection that have been issued or may be issued. You may not reside with the alleged victim, even if you are the owner or renter of that property. You are allowed a civil standby with a local law enforcement officer to return to the property if you need to collect your essential belongings. Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes, ma'am. However, I am a resident of Illinois, and I have a plane ticket to return on the 28th to go back to Illinois. I'm scheduled for some surgery, and I have doctor's appointments like back to back all the way through until, if I had my phone, I could look at my calendar. Yeah. I want to say, well, the surgery is the 10th, and then the endoscopy is the 12th, and then some other follow-up, but I think I'm not done until I can come back, I think after the 16th. Is that going to be a problem?
So, yes. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to change these court dates. When's your first appointment? When's your plane ticket out of?
The 28th.
Okay. Yeah, so I could try and move your court date to the 28th by setting like $1 bond. The only way I can change the court dates, I don't have control because it's the city of Fountain Hills, and I'm a commissioner for Maricopa County Superior Court, so I don't have control over their calendar. The only way I could change your court date to accelerate it is if I set like $1 bond in your case. If you think you can pay that bond, then I could set that bond and your court date could get accelerated to the 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning. But if you're leaving on the 28th, I don't know that that is helpful.
I don't know I can't remember when my flight is, but I would do that.
Okay, do you think you can pay $1 bond?
I didn't bring any money. I just brought my license and...
Right. Do you have anyone that could post your bond for you?
Could I Zelle $1?
I don't believe so. It would have to be someone would have to come and post the bond downtown for you, in all likelihood. The reason I'm asking is I don't want to set $1 bond for you and then have you sit in custody until the 28th.
No, I don't want to have that happen.
Right. So the other thing,
I could try to change my surgeries, but,
yeah, so the other thing I can do is just leave the court date on the 11th in place. I can give you permission to travel out of state, but you'd have to come back by the 10th unless you get permission from a judge in Fountain Hills ahead of time to continue that court date. So I could set it on the 11th, and then I guess my best suggestion to you would be when you get out of here, get all your documentation about your surgeries together and try and see if the judge in Fountain Hills would be willing to continue your court date until after your surgeries. But I don't have the ability to do that.
well, I have a surgery on the 10th.
Right.
So, and I know I can fly because it's not it's carpal tunnel.
Okay.
So
What I'll do, because I think this probably makes the most sense at this juncture, is this. I'm going to order that you're allowed to leave the state of Arizona, and you're going to Illinois.
I live in Illinois. I mean, this is our second home.
So you can go to Illinois, but unless another judge orders otherwise, you need to be back by September 10th, so that you can go to your hearing on September 11th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, if you talk to a judge in the city of Fountain Hills or the town of Fountain Hills, and they say that they can continue your court date, then you can let them know that you need permission to leave the state for an extended period of time, or something like that. But otherwise, that's the best I can do, given...
You know, because I'm just talking about, like, moving into this, I want to say the 16th.
Right. I can't do that. If I could, I would, but I can't. So the best I can do is leave it on the 11th. I'm giving you permission to travel to the state of Illinois. You have to return by September 10th, unless another judge orders otherwise. And then your court date would be September 11th.
Do you know the time of the court date on the 11th?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. So I could have the surgery on the 10th and fly at night.
Yeah.
Come in late.
Yeah.
I guess that's all I have to do.
But like I said, otherwise, I'm sure you can reach out to the city of Fountain Hills and talk to the judicial officer there and see if they have a later court date that you could make an appointment for.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No, this is
all right.
Totally unreal.
Make sure you get your paperwork, and then make sure you don't miss your court date, okay?
Oh.
All right. Celestino Ramirez and then Isaac Harris. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Celestino Alejandro Ramirez, June.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You were arrested on one allegation of theft, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Based on the nature of the allegations, you're not entitled to a court-appointed attorney, so you couldn't retain your own attorney or represent yourself. You'll have court on September 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon in the University Lakes Justice Court. I'm planning to release you on your own recognizance, which means I'll release you as long as you promise to go to court and comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. If you fail to do either one, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to go to your court date?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left. Isaac Harris and then Dakota Wakazu to the chair, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Isaac Lamar Harris,
Thank you. I have you here on a warrant out of the Hacienda Justice Court for failing to appear in your case there. You'll have court on September 11th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Hacienda Justice Court. I'm planning to release you on your own recognizance, which means I'll release you as long as you promise to go to court and comply with the written instructions in your paperwork. If you fail to do either one, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to go to your court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I never knew I had a warrant out. I was supposed to receive an email, and I never received an email for my next court date.
Okay.
So I never knew about it.
Okay. So unfortunately, because it's another court, a justice court, all I have access to is your warrant. They're saying that you failed to appear on on July 25th of this year. So I don't know if you missed the email, they sent it to you somehow. All I can tell you is that's what the warrant says. Because it's your first time failing to appear, I'm releasing you. So just make sure that you go to court on the date I told you, which is September 11th, and at 9 o'clock in the morning, and make sure you go there and get it cleared up. And you can try and talk to the judge at that point about what happened and why you didn't get notice of the July date.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thanks, sir. You can step to your left.
Thank you.
Dakota Wakuzu, and then Naomi Antonio to the chair, please. Good afternoon. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth, sir. Thank you. I have you on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of possession of dangerous drugs for sale. That's a class 4 felony. However, I did not find probable cause to support that allegation. That doesn't mean that allegation necessarily goes away. The county attorney could still charge you with that. It simply means that based on the limited information I was provided this afternoon, I couldn't find enough evidence to support that allegation, so I'm not holding you to that allegation. You're also arrested on one allegation of resisting arrest, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation. I'm appointing you an attorney, and you'll have court on September 6th and September 10th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Because I'm planning to release you in this matter on your own recognizance, which means I'll release you as long as you promise to go to court and comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. If you fail to appear or you fail to comply, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to appear at your court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right. Thanks, sir. You can step to your left. Naomi Antonio. Oh, right up to the podium, and then if you could tell me your name and your date of birth, please.
Naomi.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of aggravated driving under the influence, a class 4 felony, one allegation of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, and one allegation of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on September 6th and September 10th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. I'm planning on releasing you in this matter to the supervision of pretrial services with drug and alcohol testing and monitoring and an electronic ankle monitoring device. That means you'll be released in this matter, but you're going to receive an envelope. It's going to have instructions on who you need to contact and where you need to go in order to comply with pretrial services. I'm also ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. It's going to include that you're not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and you shall not drive a motor vehicle under any circumstances. Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes.
Do you promise to go to your court dates and comply with these orders?
Yes, I do.
Any questions?
Yes, I had a warrant for another fine. Is that still pending as well?
Let's see. I have no idea. It looks like maybe you have a failure to pay warrant out of a city court, but I'm not seeing you on that, so the officers would know. You might be taken to another court before you're released.
Okay.
Do you see any other holds for her?
Yeah, she has a Phoenix court,
Okay.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, so it looks like you'll go see the Phoenix judge next.
Oh, okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then it looks like Ms. Kaiser had a question. Hold on one second. Just get in front of the podium so we can hear what you're saying. No, you're fine. And if you could just start by telling me your name and date of birth again.
Elżbieta Valdez-Kaiser. I'm not quite understanding the attorney thing. It says if the defendant appears in the next hearing without a lawyer, the hearing may proceed as scheduled, and then the attorney appointment says the court has found me to be indigent and orders an attorney to provide you representation. The defendant is indigent, and the court shall appoint counsel at the next hearing.
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's just saying if you weren't entitled to a court-appointed lawyer and you appeared without a lawyer, then the proceeding could occur without you. But I've ordered that an attorney be appointed to you. So you can retain your own attorney if you would like, but you do not have to.
Okay. When would I know about this person?
Not until you get to your next court date, unfortunately, because it's through the city.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so,
Thank
all
you.
right. You're welcome.
okay.
And then finally, I'll make a record of